Good morning, friends. Sorry I'm a little late today. I'm just starting the broadcast because of good things. I'm having my well pump replaced. It got air in the line, so every time we used the water in the upstairs bathroom, the pump would be like, woo, 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 and you could hear air bubbles. And apparently that gets worse and goes all through your house. So we thought before the snow comes, because it's really close, maybe on Tuesday, we would have that looked at. And so we're having the whole shebang replaced and getting it all done at once. They gave us a little bit of a discount. So we are feeling really blessed that they were able to come out right away and get that done. So some other things that happened today, also a little late because while I'm cleaning up yesterday, so we're going to start fostering rabbits. We believe it's going to happen on Sunday. So I've been cleaning up the old rabbit territory. Our last rabbit had passed away a couple months ago, and we'd kind of given up the thought of getting rabbits, but we still have everything we need for having rabbits, and they're desperate for foster homes. And we thought that would be kind of a fun way to give back for a little while. Rabbits have been such a blessing in our life. If you've never seen a house rabbit dance, you have been missing something. Oh my goodness, friends. They dance and leap up in the air and kick their heels. We've had ones that have walked on their two hind legs. They are such little characters. I did have some that learned commands. I had one that was a snuggle bunny that used to go around on a harness and go to all these Easter events. He was such an adorable little guy. The kids loved him. He loved them. They would send me home with all these pictures they'd colored for him. So it was just really fun. And he loved looking at them. It was so funny. So we thought we'd start fostering the rabbits. And as I'm cleaning up, I found this bag of fabric. So when my son was in college, he had to wear dress clothes every day. And on Sundays, he had to wear a suit and tie. Fine. He wore bow ties. And I enjoyed making him different interesting bow ties. I handmade them for him. And at some point I got really enthusiastic about it. And I bought all these fabric remnants, you know, all these big ideas of crafts and projects I was going to do, and all these great bow ties for him and his friends. And it was going to be amazing. And bag after bag of fabric sat there, and all these colors of thread. And as I'm cleaning, I thought to myself, I know just the thing. So my friend Jeannie works with Project Linus, and they make blankets for kids in hospital care, in other situations where they might just want like a little snuggle, a little bit of comfort, like the Peanuts character. Linus always carried around his blanket, and she does such beautiful work. I thought that is just the thing. I'm going to give these to Jeannie for Project Linus. And so she met me at the curb today. It's going to be fun for her later to go see all the zany different kinds of fabrics I bought. And I can't wait to see what she does with them. She is a genius. Kids are going to be so blessed by her blankets. And she traded me. She traded me these St. Anthony prayer cards. Aren't they cute? And on the front it just says, St. Anthony, whom the infant Jesus loved so much. I'm sorry, St. Anthony, whom the infant Jesus so much loved and honored, grant us what we ask of you. And there's a longer prayer in the back, and it's just so beautiful, friends. O holy St. Anthony, gentlest of saints, your love for God and charity for all God's creatures made you worthy, one on earth, to possess miraculous powers. Miracles followed your word, which you were ever ready to speak for those in trouble or in need. Encouraged by this thought, I implore you to grant also my request. Mention your request. The answers to my prayer may require a miracle. Even so, you are the saint of miracles. O gentle and loving St. Anthony, whose heart was always full of human sympathy, whisper my petition into the ears of the holy infant Jesus, who loved to rest in your arms, and the gratitude of my heart will always be yours. Amen. And you can get those from the Companions of St. Anthony. I have 3 of them, though, friends, so if you want one, put your address down in the comments, and maybe I can get you one of these. These are so beautiful. And there was also this little prayer card. It has a little insert to hang up, but it's a little personalized, so I don't want to show you that. But it's a little mass card. A special mass for you and your family will be celebrated on Thanksgiving. And isn't it just beautiful little picture of the Holy Family? I thought these were lovely, and I have several of these as well. The artwork is just gorgeous. It does say on the back the mass intention, but the kids, you could frame this easily, or kids could make a craft out of it, right? Put it in a little golden frame or something. Gorgeous. So this was from the Companions of St. Anthony. I thought that was adorable. So what are we going to do today? Well, we only have 10 minutes left, and we all know I take forever to pray. But I wanted to pray with you just a little bit of the Franciscan crown, just a little bit differently than we did before. So thinking on the mysteries of the Franciscan crown, The mysteries, the joys of Mary are what the Franciscan crown are about. And thank goodness, friends, for my planner, because my planner is making my life more organized. And if you watch the video about praying over, what do I call it, the to-do list, or Lord help me litany, praying my to-do list has made doing chores, I don't know, they're more doable. I'm getting so much done. It's such an exciting time for me, and it's so stupid that I'm saying, you know, I'm an adult, I'm almost 50, but I can finally get more chores done. My house is getting in order. Things are just falling into place, and I'm just feeling so blessed. And one of the things that happened, remember I was using my habit tracker and praying a rosary every day, and I was praying it at night, and that wasn't really working because I was falling asleep. And sometimes I'd pray a decade, fall asleep, wake up, pray a decade. And that was kind of funny, how that was working out. And I'd wake up, my fingers were in different positions telling me what I was counting. But then I realized, what if I pray instead in the morning when I first get up? And that has worked so well. And I've actually been able to pray the whole Franciscan crown in the morning before I get up. See the little clip here? I found this little S clip. It's really cute, and I can clip this onto my waistband, into my purse, so it doesn't get lost. I really enjoy this. It's just a little clip. I actually found this at Home Depot. Loving that clip. Anyway, my purse is bottomless, so when I put this in or in my backpack, I can clip it to something, so I can just grab it right up. I need emergency, you know, prayer warrior thing. Anyway, so when I was praying the joys this morning, I did it a little bit differently. So how I did the joys, the first one is the Annunciation. And I always do think about how amazing it is when moms first find out they're pregnant and everything. But sometimes it can also be pretty scary for a lot of people. They are not in the best situation for whatever reason, and it can be scary. And so I can just pray to baby Jesus that everyone is joyful of that announcement, right? And that everyone has angels in their lives. Maybe you don't get to see your guardian angel, and you certainly shouldn't name them. That's a whole nother conversation. But to know that they're there and that they bring messages from God, and that's what Mary had, a direct message from God. How often have we longed to hear it? That was pretty direct and to the point, right? No vagity there. Like, this is gonna happen. Are you cool with that, Mary? And so just amazing that somebody would know. She knew what her life was. So you might pray that you know what your life is about. And the second mystery, joy, is about Mary going to see her cousin Elizabeth. And are we there for pregnant women? Are we there for new moms? Like, how long did she stay? What did she do? Did she help her set up a little area? I don't know, because they lived in big family units, right? So what all did she help her do? Just daily chores? And she could pray to sweet baby Jesus whenever she wanted, right? She had him with him. So maybe that was a little extra encouragement there. And then you get to the nativity, and just think how special and amazing that was. And no, they weren't inside the inn, right? They weren't, but they were probably somewhere warm and snug with all the warmth of all those animals. It probably smelled a little rape too, but birth can be kind of messy, and I don't know, just the thought of being in a manger and having that clean straw, you can just clean it quickly. You don't have to run and do the laundry. You can just scoot that hay outside. Easy to clean up after the kid, right? Just fork it outside. I don't know. It's just such a blessing, such the humility of it all. And we're all humble sometimes. Sometimes we make a mistake. Sometimes it's just a circumstance that happens to us. I have a friend who talks about the humility of having to go to the food pantry, and some people there aren't very kind to her. And when she tells about her life, she used to be very politically connected. You know, her mother hobnobbed or worked with embassies and all this stuff, and she grew up with all that. But when her mom got sick, she had to take care of her mom, and they lost everything. And so she's living off assistance. And, you know, it's hard for her to even get out to Walmart. She has physical problems now that she can't really get taken care of because of that. And she's very humble about it. But some people treat her very well, and some people don't. And remember, folks, I mean, that happened to baby Jesus. The King of Kings, Lord of Lords, creator of the universe, ended up in a manger with animals. There wasn't any room for him. And he was humble enough to do it. And beautiful sacrifice for us. And people do that all the time, that circumstances happen beyond their control. Maybe they've given everything they have, sacrificed everything for a loved one. And how do we treat them in their humility? So that just really struck me on that one. And then you have the joy of the wise men coming and bringing all these gifts, right? And amazing gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And they're in their finery and they want to come visit your child. And how exciting that would be, right? You know, if like kings wanted to come, or scholars, whatever they were, wanted to come. You know, these high muckety mucks want to come and see your adorable little baby, and they tell you that they know that he's the king. And that confirmation is amazing. Every mom likes to hear that their kid's special, but a whole new level with baby Jesus, right? And then those guys, they could have sold out baby Jesus, right? They knew what King Herod was up to. They could have sold him out. They could have gotten more treasures. They could have made their money back and more. They could have. But part of the joy of Mary is they fell so in love with Jesus. Nah, they couldn't do it. They were searching for the greatest treasure of the world, and they found it, and they knew it. Oh, and friends, I pray I do that. I pray I do that. Realize what I have, that I have the best treasure in the world in Jesus, and that I really respect and honor that, and that I don't betray him, right? Whew. I mean, these are so deep. And then we're going on to the next joy of Mary. And if you're praying along, you can do a meditation, pause and pray your Hail Marys, and then start this up again when you're ready to do the next one. So the next one is, I believe it's the finding of the child Jesus in the temple. And again, oh, so I had this story. I don't think I told you guys about the little baby Jesus at Vacation Bible Camp one time. Our Vacation Bible Camp, kids do it for service learning hours. They don't necessarily do it because they love Jesus. Some do. Some it's not the forefront of their life. And one year we were at the outdoor unit and I sent them to the dumpster to throw away our snack trash. And they came back and they were like shaking, carrying a life-size baby Jesus that somebody had left by the dumpster. It was probably part of a nativity scene, but it's a life-size baby by a dumpster. They were shaken up on so many levels by that, so many levels. And if I've told this story before, it bears repeating. I shake every time I even think about it. And they were carrying him so reverently and beautifully like he was a baby, and they all wanted to have their hands on him. And they insisted, so we took them into the church office and begged that we could take him to the sanctuary and place him by the altar where he'd be safe and warm. And we begged that somebody would look after him and care for him and make sure he got to the right place, just like he was a real infant. Now, do we do that? Baby Jesus comes to us in the Eucharist. How good of care do we take of him? Do we treasure him, or do we throw him by the dumpster? Just so deep, friends, so deep. So next joy, let's see. I always mess up and then start again. I believe the next one is it the resurrection? Let's see. Annunciation, right? Visitation, nativity, wise men, finding of the child Jesus. Yep. So number 6 is after the resurrection when Jesus came to Mary. Wow. Like, so amazing. Your son's coming like, Mom, I did it. I did it, Mom. Good job, son. And we all want our kids to do that. But here he is with the hardest thing to do ever, right? And he did it. He's like, I conquered death, Mom. And she could probably console him because it was not easy. None of that could have been easy. And he's like, Mom, it's okay. We did it. We did it. Thank you, Mom, for all your support. And that beautiful moment, right, friends? And then the last one, if you're looking for number 7 is, of course, the Assumption of Mary into heaven and her coronation of Queen of Heaven and Earth. And in that, she got to see everyone from on the journey, too, probably. And she got to be like, hey, Gabriel, remember when you came and announced baby Jesus to me? So it's even just a chance for her to look back at everything, and it's the culmination of everything for her, and probably just inspired and confirmed her more in her mission. So when you've helped someone and they come back and thank you, does it inspire you to do more, or does maybe the humility of not knowing, does that inspire you more? I don't know, friends. I'm leaving you with that. God bless you. Bye.